Hey there, valiant entrepreneurs. Today I wanted to talk about the alignment. In my opinion, the importance of alignment in business is rather underestimated. So what is an alignment and why it's important? Well, I think we kind of get it intuitively what the alignment is, right? So when we're introducing a new product or service into the market, we know that we need to align the price to the potential clients or customers of this product to the value that the product or service is going to produce for those buyers. But there is more that has to be aligned in order for a business entity to be sustainable. So I wanted to start with a short fable by Ivan Krylov that kind of summarizes the idea of the alignment. So here is a short fable by Ivan Krylov: a swan, a crawfish, and a pike. When partners act without accord, their deed will not concord, and soon the work feels rather torment-like. One day, a swan, a crawfish, and a pike resolved to haul a cart with load. Got harnessed, 3 of them, as one, prepared to hit the road. Exert themselves, inside and out, the cart, it will not budge. The load seems light, about right size, but swan is rushing toward skies. The crawfish does a backward trudge, to waters pike pulls with a nudge. Now, who was right and who was wrong? It's not for us to say, but bear in mind, the cartload's there until this very day. So you might think that, this short fable talks about the founders of the company, right? And indeed, in a sort of a way, it does. When partners or founders of the company or owners of the company move into different or want to go into different directions, then the cartload, their business objectives are going to be in the same place. They're not going to be able to budge them, right? So the efforts and the direction in which the company should go have to be aligned. But if we start to examine this concept of alignment a little more thoroughly, we'd figure out that there's more to it than just aligning the owners of the company. Okay, so basically there are 3 pillars of alignment when it comes to the sustainability of any business entity. So the first pillar is a value pillar. The second pillar is people. The third pillar is profits. So any company has to align value to profits to people. Okay, so let's try and look a little bit deeper into each of those pillars. So the value pillar talks about a compelling value proposition or compelling offer to potential customers or clients. The offer that the company creates has to have some kind of value, but then it has to be aligned to the second pillar, which is people. So the company has to figure out the way how to incentivize and motivate its people in order to move forward on the business objectives. And when we're talking about people, it's not just employees. So it's also the management, but it's also the partners, the suppliers, it's the shareholders, it's the investors, and a broader society. Every stakeholder has to acknowledge that it's worth for a company to exist in the marketplace. And so the third pillar is profits. And, it's quite understandable, right? So the company has to make a profit. Maybe it's, it can run a certain period of time on the investments, but sooner rather than later, the company has to make a profit so it can sustain itself. Okay, so the major 3 pillars are value, people, and profits. But if we go and look a little bit deeper into each of those pillars, we will find that there are more things that has to be aligned in order to achieve this sustainability of the business. So there are a lot of important aspects that we have to look at inside each of those 3 pillars. So I've written a few articles about alignment, and I'll put the links in the description. So you can read a little bit more when you're interested. So how can you apply the principles of alignment for your small business? Well, let's start looking at each of those three pillars. So if we're talking about the value pillar, we have to understand that it's about a compelling offer. And there are multiple levels of alignment that we can find in that pillar. I've written an article about one aspect of alignment in this pillar. What you can do with your products or services is you can look at the attainment, utilization, and upkeep of those services and align them in order to remove those obstacles that are in the way of your clients. So the second pillar, the people's pillar, it's about the culture. So here you want to look at things like your mission, your vision and purpose, and you want to align those. So if you want to create the sort of culture of innovation in your company, then it's important to align the creativity with knowledge and with the culture of sharing among your employees and management. If we're talking about the profits pillar, we have to understand that it's about a business model. Look at things like utility, strategic price, and profits, which are your price minus costs. And if you look at the costs, you inevitably would have to align your manufacturing or creation process of your products or services with the marketing, and then with the delivery and support. So that's what I wanted to share with you. If you want to learn more about this, go ahead and read those articles. I've provided the links in the description. If you have any comments or if you have any questions, please feel free to write them in the comments and I'll try to respond. I'd really appreciate your feedback. So if you want to learn more, follow and subscribe. You'll get a lot of insights and that will be helpful to grow your small business. Thanks for watching.